Now, one of the questions I get asked more times than not, since I own a car with name recognition, what are the best and the worst parts of owning a 5th Gen Camaro? And I thought about that. You know what? That's really quite easy because I've owned my car for about a year and a half now, and I already know the best and worst parts of owning a 5th Gen Camaro. Now, some people will agree with what I'm about to say. Some people will disagree with what I'm about to say. But as always, that is the best part of these type of videos because everybody's entitled to their own opinion and nobody is ever wrong. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the best part of owning a 5th generation Camaro, I really couldn't pin it down to one particular thing because as I realized, I can't have one without the other. So I've broken it down in two different parts, 1A and 1B. Now, 1A will probably make you guys raise an eyebrow or two. Look at me kind of confused and say, DV, kill yourself. But hey, I'm just being real. But the best part of owning a 5th generation Camaro is because there's only one 5th generation Camaro. Your eyebrow raised? Thinking I should kill myself? Looking quite confused? Calm down, ladies and gentlemen. Let me explain myself. Because the reason why I say that the best part of owning a 5th generation Camaro is because there's only one, simply because I know that I have the only 1415 V6 Bumblebee Camaro here in the world. How do I know that? Have you ever seen another car like mine before? Even resembles anything like mine before? The answer is probably no. Why? Because my car is truly one of a kind. Thus, if it's one of a kind, there could be no other ones like it. Thus, I have the only Camaro. Because ladies and gentlemen, let's be real. If you are a car junkie like me, which of course you are, which is the reason why you're watching this, our cars are nothing more than extensions of our personality. We like to shape and mold and add and change and modify things to our cars because it's nothing more than an extension of our personalities. And all of our personalities are different. Thus, all of our cars are different. Thus, we each own the only 5th generation Camaro in the world. Now, some people may think that to be crazy, but all my 5th Gen Camaro owners out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Because when we go around wherever it is that we're going, we are always identified by our cars. Because I love going to Walmart or Burger King or just driving my car out for a cruise and getting text messages from friends or getting messages on Facebook. People hit me up on Twitter or on Instagram saying, hey, DV, you know, I saw you at the Burger King in Kennesaw eating a Whopper with cheese, getting stuff all on your shirt. But hey, man, your car looked good. Because that's how we all get noticed. Nobody ever comes up to us and says, hey, man, I saw you with your girlfriend doing such as no. They always say, hey, man, I saw your car. Because our cars identify who we are as people because, again, they're nothing more than extensions of our personalities. But that covers the 1AB section, the 1A section of the best part of owning a 5th generation Camaro. Now, 1B, I'm going to have to hop in my car and take it from there because I really can't emphasize the point unless I'm in my car.
Now, you've just heard the 1A reason as to the best part of owning a Camaro. Now it's time for the 1B part. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the participation portion of the video that I need each and every one of my fellow 5th Gen Camaro owners out there to back me up when I say this. Because when I make this comment, I need each and every one of you 5th generation Camaro owners who are watching me right now to leave in the comment section either A, I'm telling the truth, or B, I'm lying. Now, the 1B best part of owning a Camaro is very simply is that this car is a driver's car. Now, what is a driver's car? Again, that particular question is all opinionated because we all have different definition as to what a driver's car is. But for me, the definition of a driver's car is a car that makes you drive it. A car that makes you a participant and not just a bystander when it comes to actually driving the car. Because all my 5th generation Camaro owners out there, tell me I'm wrong when I say this. A 5th generation Camaro is not a car when you're actually driving it. And what I mean by driving it, I don't mean we're going over to McDonald's to get us a Happy Meal. I don't mean that kind of driving. The kind of driving I'm talking about is when you're doing some nice, fun-spirited driving, or when you're taking your car to a track. You cannot cannot drive a 5th generation Camaro when you're actually pushing it with your seat all the way back, with your leg outside of the window, with the cruise control on 80 miles an hour, with one hand on the steering wheel. You cannot drive a 5th generation Camaro like that when you're really getting into it, because one of two things is either going to happen. Either A, you're going to kill yourself, or B, the car's going to kill you. And that's what I love about this car, because it makes you a participant when you're actually driving. It's not built for the car to do all the work itself. It's built so the driver has the most optimal amount of responsibility, the optimal amount of participation, so you have a more fulfilled driving experience when you drive a 5th generation Camaro. Now, those were the two reasons that I say is the best reason for owning a 5th generation Camaro. Now we have to get into the worst part of owning a 5th generation Camaro.
So there you have the two best reasons of owning a 5th generation Camaro. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, now we've come to the portion of the video where I have to talk about the bad stuff. I got to talk about the worst part of owning a 5th generation Camaro. Now, some people who own a 5th generation Camaro, Ford Mustang, Dodge Challenger, and maybe some other different types of cars out there will totally understand what I'm about to say. But once again, for me to truly emphasize my point, I can't do that by standing in front of my car and speaking into a camera. I'm going to have to hop one more time in the beast, go for a ride, and explain to each and every one of you the worst part of owning a 5th generation Camaro.
Now, the worst part of owning a 5th generation Camaro is something similar to the best part of owning a 5th generation Camaro, because it deals once again with the actual driving of the car. Now, I don't understand why this happens. I don't have the amount of intelligence, I guess, that is required in order to be able to comprehend this. But the worst part of driving and owning a 5th generation Camaro is every time I drive my car, doesn't matter where I'm at, doesn't matter where I'm going, doesn't matter what I look like, doesn't matter what my car looks like. Every single time I drive my car and pull it to a stoplight, and I could be minding my own business, I could be talking to myself, listening to the radio, bobbing my head to some music like I normally do, and then all of a sudden I turn my head to the left, and what do I always see? I see a young teenager. I see somebody in their 20s. I see somebody in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s looking next to me like, come on, buddy. I know what you got under the hood. Come on, buddy. When that light turns green, let's go, buddy. I know you got the power, buddy. And I'm sitting here and I just killed my car. I'm sitting here looking half cross-eyed like, really? Seriously, bro? And it doesn't matter if they're in a Honda Odyssey, a Toyota Prius, a Chevrolet Silverado. I always get somebody at a stoplight wanting to race me, and I'm sitting here like, are you really that dumb? Do you need some friends, buddy? Do you need some help? And I don't understand why people want to do that to me. Is it simply because I'm in a Camaro? And just because I'm in a Camaro, you think that I like to drag race and street race and do stupid things in my car? No, that's not me. But as I've realized in the past year and almost 3/4 of a year that I've owned my car, there are certain rules that we Camaro owners have to abide by. Some people choose not to, and there are a lot of them out there. But as for me, I abide by these rules because these rules keep me safe. These rules keep me sane. But in order to understand these 5 simple rules that us Camaro owners have to abide by, you're gonna have to stick around for my next video, because I'm gonna have to go into grave detail the rules and regulations of owning a 5th generation Camaro. Thank you all once again for checking out this video, for checking out all my videos, and for subscribing to my channel. Hope you guys like this video. Stay tuned for my next upload. I'll check you guys later.